now that we're on the topic, excuse my truck bed. It's kind of dirty. I use my truck bed as a truck bed, you know, whatever. Cool. But anyways, we're gonna talk about the truck, and we're gonna talk about the 1 year difference. I will upload videos and pictures for when I bought the truck. Relatively up to now. It's been almost 2 years. It's September now, but this truck's been a work in progress, man, and literally nickel and dimed my way to where it is now, minus a couple things that need to be done, but it's right now I love it, and we're just gonna talk about it from there. Excuse the plane. I live close to an airport, and the plane usually flies in my house around this time every day. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the truck here. We're gonna do a walk around, and then we're gonna do my overall review of it and what I love about it so far, and what the future plans are. So stick around. So first things first, probably the most noticeable thing about this truck are the wheels and tires. So I went through a couple sets of wheels and tires over the last year, and I had everything from 20s to 22s, and now I'm on 24s. In my opinion, once you go to 24s, especially, you know, anything above a 12 wide or a 14 wide, you will never want to go back to anything else. So to start off, yes, I know my wheels are curved. It's fine, whatever. They're just wheels. I don't really care. Wheels are replaceable and everything else. You guys are probably going to be like screaming like, what the fuck is he talking about? If I spend all this money, I'm going to take care of it. But you'll see once I put this in a mindset that I have about things, you guys will understand. But yes, so I have 24x14 Axe off-road with the Venom Terra Hunters XTs, and so far I love them. The tire itself is a 35x1350 24. So you probably can't see, but it's a little bit of a stretch, but not entirely much. It's like 0.25 on each side of the lip. So, but yeah, so I have 24x14s, brand new tires. I literally actually just got these probably like a week and a half ago. No, maybe a week ago. I don't know. But yeah, so I've already have 1,000 miles on them. I love them. They ride great. They provide a lot more cushion and comfort from when I'm towing. Haven't had any problems with them yet, and I don't think I'm gonna have problems with them yet, but we'll see. It's only 1,000 miles, but you know, you never know. So, but yeah. Next thing that we're gonna talk about are my headlights. So I have the Spec B tuning headlights from Amazon. Yes, I know everybody is probably going goo-goo for Cocoa Puffs over them, you know, whatever. I don't really care, but they look nice. They fit the truck. I had the stock headlights in there, and I put LED headlights in there, and they lasted for the year that I had them. But I was like, you know what? I'm getting tired of looking at the truck with, you know, I got all these other fucking costly accessories and everything else, and the one thing that's really setting the truck apart from everything else is my headlights. So I pulled the trigger finally, got some headlights, and now we're here. But I have the Spec View Tuning LED halos. I got them wired up, and I'm not really a big fan of the projector lens just because the light is too dim for me. You guys can see the light is way too dim for me. Like I said, after getting used to having halos, pretty much, it's just like, you know, we're not halos, LEDs all the fucking time. It's you just kind of get tired of it. So yeah, the regular projector lens, I'm not a big fan of. I actually just ordered. So these, before I get off topic here, these bulbs are H1 bulbs. So you go from an H13 stock regular headlight bulb to an H1 for the halogen headlights. Now I ordered an LED H1 off of Amazon, $20, couldn't beat it. Looks like a good deal, and they're the same brand as the LEDs that I had in the truck. So we're gonna see how those work out, and just go from there. But yeah, I love them. They're nice and bright so far, and everything else. So yeah. And then we're gonna move to the fog lights. I also have Well, okay, so I have the Mick Tuning fog lights. These are LED fog lights. Here, I'll turn these on, and these fuckers are super freaking bright, dude. Like they're brighter than my headlights. They're brighter than my LED headlights and everything else. So I'm gonna turn those on real quick so you can see them. And yeah, so those are my fog lights. Like I said, stupid bright. At nighttime, I see the road better because of my fog lights than I do my headlights, but that's going to change here pretty soon. Like I said, LED, I love them. They're great and definitely worth the getting. I think I spent like 40 bucks on them. I think 40 bucks on the fog lights, but definitely worth it. You know, like I said, fog lights were. I went in a minute. We'll go over what I spent on everything so far and what I got going into the truck and how much money I've actually spent on this truck, because man, owning a diesel is stupid fucking expensive. But next thing we got here is my light bar. I'm not gonna say it's not mounted wrong. It's mounted correctly. It looks like it's uneven, but it's not. It's in a perfect place for me. I do have my windshield tinted. My windshield is tinted at 25%, or 35 actually. It's at 35%, but I'm actually going to tint it a little bit darker. I want to go to 20, just so I can have maximum cooling in my truck, because here in the state that I'm in, which is Oklahoma, but I'm planning on moving sometime soon. I just don't know when, don't know where. I have an idea, but that's going to come later down the line. But yeah, in those states, it gets pretty fucking hot here, and so I like my truck to be cool. Plus, I really, really, really enjoy my privacy. You know, if I'm sitting somewhere in the parking lot and I'm waiting on somebody, you know, I don't like people coming in and just looking at my truck, looking inside my truck and everything else. I do carry. I have my concealed carry and I do open carry, just depending on where I'm at. If I'm doing outside activities, and yeah, I open carry. If I'm doing regular, you know, household chores. Well, I wouldn't say household chores, but you know, regular errands around the city or whatever, I do conceal carry just because of that factor. But yeah, so like I said, headlights, fog lights, and then I'm going to turn on my light bar so you guys know, so you guys can see how bright that is. It's just a little bit brighter than the fog lights, which I never thought fog lights would be that fucking bright, dude. But here they are. And I have my fog light switch mounted right here. Don't mind the inside of my truck, it's dirty. I haven't really fully cleaned the inside of it yet. But fog light switch, or light bar switch, don't know if you see it, but it's right here. And it's on a rocker switch, and you flip that on and it's on. And then we're gonna go outside and we're gonna see what it looks like from here. And bam, you're on a dirt road somewhere, or you're out in the middle of Bunk Cove, Egypt, back road and everything else. You are good to go. You can see the road, and like I said, stupid fucking bright. You can't see the road at this point, then you are probably more blind than hell, but we're not gonna go there. So another thing you guys probably noticed in the little time-lapse videos before in the intro that I have rock lights. I do have rock lights. I have the RGB rock lights. I do plan to go to white, just because of the simple factor that it's a more pure white, and it's not using all the colors all together. And yeah, but like I said, I do plan to go to pure white rock lights and everything else. So when I bought this truck, this truck was on a 1.5-inch level kit. I since then put a 3-inch lift kit on it. I have the 3-inch coil spring, and before you make fun of the color paint that the coil spring is, I did it myself, and it's exactly how I wanted my spring to come out. I wanted the Oreo look, and it did it perfectly. Just pretty much to match the truck, because the truck is a everyday driver, but it is a work truck as well. So but yeah, so it matches the truck, and I love it. So it came out just the way that it did, and we're just gonna go from there. Now you probably see the battle scars from the fender liner, or not fender liner, but the what the fuck did I think? Fender Flares, there you go. Fender Flares that I had on the truck. I took those off. I'm not a big fan of Fender Flares. Never have been, never will be. They are fucking ugly, and to me, it just destroys the concept of the truck. Yes, I get it if you run bigger and wider tires. Fender Flares are a good protection to the side of the vehicle, but at the end of the day, what's a couple of rock chips compared to battle scars and your paint looking like this after you take the Fender Flares off? But I don't know, that's just me. We're completely different. Go from there. Still have stock taillights. They work just fine. I'm not really against them, not really for them. I haven't really had a desire to really change them. Ooh, man, look at that wax. Ooh, boy, that hand wax is something serious, guys. I'm telling you, if you don't hand wax your vehicles, you're really waxing your vehicles. But yeah, so stock tail lights, everything else, cool. And I'm pretty sure if you guys probably didn't see it, you'll see it now. By the way, rock lights, I have 8 rock lights, 2 in each wheel well. Well, 2 in the front wheel wells and 1 in the rear wheel well, just because I think I probably mounted them wrong, but you know, whatever, I'm not really tripping about it. Push comes to shove, it is what it is. They still light up the rear of the truck pretty well, and I can still see when I'm backing up because my tint is dark as fuck. But anyways, yeah, so if you haven't saw, now you're gonna see it. This is a 5-inch to an 8-inch tip. So I have a turbo back, not full, but a turbo back 5-inch exhaust, straight pipe, from the turbo all the way back. And I have it dumped right before the back wheel. I have always liked this look, just because it's different. You don't see many trucks with it. You see a lot of trucks with hood stacks, or going straight, exiting behind the bed. Not me. This is how I like my truck. I like the tip, and it actually gives a sense of, it actually makes the exhaust brake a lot louder, in my opinion. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. It just does. Maybe because the sound's actually echoing off the ground, and to me, the exhaust brake is probably one of the most sexiest sounds a diesel can ever have, but that's just me. But yeah, so yeah, pretty much just 5-inch turbo back exhaust to 8-inch tip, and I love it. It's loud, not too loud, but a lot of other people will complain. I'm not. You're not driving the truck, so whatever. It's my money. I can't really pop the hood right now, but I can. But my hood struts are actually blown right now, so that's one thing I also got to replace. But hey, it is what it is. But for engine mods, I have 75 horse injectors in there right now, just because 75 is what was able to keep up with the stock CP3 on this truck. I do not have a air dog yet, or whatever, air dog. I plan on getting one just because I do have a plan to get a bigger turbo for this truck. I do plan on second gen swapping this truck. I just want my win, but I'm going to go with the S472, which is plenty of power. It should deliver the power that I'm wanting right now. My goal is 1,000 horsepower. I'm currently sitting at 650, 700, depending on the kind of day, depending on the weather and everything else. But yeah, so yeah, 75 horse injectors, stock CP3. I have a built trans from Suncoast. It's just a stage 1. It's gonna have to get rebuilt soon, but it's just because of the power modifications that I'm going for and what I plan on doing and everything else. So yeah, sorry, GoPro died, but whatever. I also have a Fleece Cheetah 63mm drop-in replacement turbo from Fleece. Stock, these trucks come with a 60.5 turbo, VGC turbo, which is aka the HX35E, I believe, or HX35Y. I'm not one of those. I think the first generation 6.7 Cummins are the HX35Ys. And then I think the second generation and beyond is HX35E. I could be wrong. I could have a switch, but yes. So, yes, dropping 63mm turbo from Fleece Cheetah. I love it. Sounds great. Does everything that it needs to do. Allows me to tow. It gives me a little bit more horsepower. It's what allowed me to get over 600 horsepower with the modifications that I've done so far and everything else. And it's a great turbo. I highly recommend it if you don't plan on going super powerful with this truck, and if it's your everyday driver and everything else. But that's just me. Other things that I have done to this truck, I have done the what is it, the Sinister diesel air horn intake delete or replacement. So you completely get rid of the grid heater. I did get rid of the grid heater delete. The grid heater delete, the air intake, I went from the stock intake to a 4-inch air horn intake. And then I did, so you guys are probably gonna call me crazy for this. That's fine, whatever, I don't care. I took out the stock intake and I am running an open turbo. And the reason I said I'm running an open turbo is because the turbo has a screen on it. So don't take my word from it, from what I've noticed and what I've seen on the dyno with my own truck, without the intake, the cold air intake and the stock intake, I've gained 30 horsepower just running the open turbo. And that's because with the turbo screen, you can just suck in all the air you want and everything else. That's just what I've noticed. I put the cold air intake, I've gained 15 horsepower. Put the stock intake on, you don't really gain anything. You probably gain like 4 or 5 horsepower, but that's just how it works. I don't know, I couldn't tell you. But I'm running an open turbo. The turbo sounds fucking amazing. The way that it screams when you're towing and you're just cruising along, it stays in boost like it needs to. I haven't had any problems with the screen. The screen's not dirty. The screen doesn't, it's great. Like I said, you'll probably call me crazy for it, but it works for me. And it doesn't have to work for you, doesn't have to work for anybody else. It works for me, and I love the way that it sounds. I will probably upload a clip here as well with the turbo so you guys can hear it and go from there. But yeah, so turbo, injectors, trans, wheels, tires, rock lights, light bar, fog lights, headlights. Oh, I forgot, I didn't even show you guys, but I also have the third brake light done. You probably can't see it because I'm losing light here in the Oklahoma sky, but you know, whatever, cool. Anyways, yeah, it is the LED third brake light, and it's the brake light that has the LED, so you can light up the bed and stuff too. Let's see if I can turn it on real quick. It's pretty cool. I love it. Pretty bright actually, but not as bright as I want it to be. So I am going to order the bed lights with the truck, so I can put them in the bed and go from there. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But yeah, so that's the plan for right now, and I hope you guys and that's part of the full exhaust, by the way. That's a 5-inch, but you know, hey, we're not gonna talk about it. All right, guys. So overall, to go over numbers of what I've spent on this truck so far in the 1.5 years, or almost 2 years that I've owned it. So we're gonna start with wheels first. Wheels from Axe alone, the 24x14s with the -81 offset, because it's also a concave wheel. I don't know if you caught that, but it's -81 or -90, one of those, I don't know. But it has a concave on it. Wheels themselves were $3,600, and it's because it's also a hybrid wheel. It's can't remember how hybrid are, but I know that it's fucking expensive just for that. But yeah, so the wheels alone were $3,600. Tires were another $2,000. Like I said, these are 35s by 1350 24s. So altogether, looking at probably 50, almost 60 grand just for wheels and tires after tax. Rock lights were $80. from Amazon. Headlights were 170 from Amazon. Fog lights were 100, well, not even 100, they were 44.99 from Amazon. Light bar was 62 or $60 from Amazon. Let's see, third brake light was $20. Well, 27, but you know, whatever. So probably looking at I don't know, 6,200 right now already. Turbo itself was $1,470 or $1,500 after tax for the turbo. Injectors were another $1,700. That's just because of the labor that went into it. I did it myself, but I did have a buddy of mine that is proficient in diesels come over and check over it, and you know, pretty much just make sure I did everything correctly. But yeah, so that's probably looking at what another 3,000. So looking at 9,000 altogether. Transmission alone, oh man, that was a big one. That was 6,800. And that's because I got it shipped. They shipped it back. I paid for the shipping for it to get there and for it to get back, for them to overhaul it, put the parts in it and rebuild it. And like I said, 6,800. This was during COVID, so the prices obviously went up on a lot of shit, you know, but I can't really control that. So altogether, probably looking at what, 15,000 now. What else did I have on here? Oh, so I also am. This truck is going to be on full spaceship status. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. Watch the Instagram. I'll put my Instagram stuff in the bio. Watch the. Be on the lookout for upload. I'm gonna upload a video, a how-to video on how to do that as well. Those lights will actually be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna be doing a how-to upload on that as well, and we're gonna go from there. But yeah, so yeah, what else? So those lights were actually $40. Bought those off of Amazon as well. Can't wait to see how those fucking look. I watched the video the other day and they were bright as shit. So like I said, this truck is gonna be on full spaceship status, dude, and I'm excited. I cannot fucking wait. Tint, I know that's not really part of the build, but whatever. Tint, I spent, I think just to tint my windshield alone was $100. And then I think another 160 to tint all the rest of the windows, so 260 altogether. By the way, the tint setup, like I said, front windshield is 35. The side window, the driver front and passenger front windows are 15/5. The rear window is 5/5. The back glass is 5/5. So you cannot see in my truck whatsoever, no matter what time of day it is. Even if the sun is sitting at the highest point of the sky, which is noon every fucking day, you cannot see in my truck. No matter how hard you look. Well, I'm pretty sure if you got great eyes, you can probably see through, but you know, whatever. You guys get the joke and get the gist. But yeah, yeah. So roughly right now, I've spent over maybe, I want to say close to $16,000-17,000 on this truck. But like I said, this is all during COVID, and I've worked my ass off. A lot of the shit I've done myself, including, you know, putting the turbo in, the injectors, and the rock lights. I wired those myself. The exhaust, I did that myself. Just a lot of stuff I've done myself. The coolant bypass, I've done that myself. The air intake horn, oh, that's also $400. So that, yeah, I'm right about $17,000. Did that myself. Just a lot of stuff I've done myself. It's because I'm a technician and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I will make later I will make a video of what I do to own this truck, and I'll probably upload that sometime this week so you guys get to know me a little better, and just go from there. But yeah, so we're gonna go. But $17,000, I pretty much put what I cost to buy this truck. I bought this truck last year for $19,500, $20,000 out of the door, just, you know, tax, title, and all the fees and stuff like that you got to go through to buy to a dealership, and yeah, go from there. So But yeah, $17,000 as it sits right now is what I put into it, and I fucking love it. So but I'm actually gonna move inside the truck so you guys can kind of see me or go from there. But I might just upload tomorrow and can see the video from there. But yeah, so don't know if you guys can see anymore, but I'll probably fix the settings on that here in the video and then just go from there. But yeah, like I said, 17 grand on this truck, not bad. My future plans for the truck, I do plan to go, like I said, I do plan to go to a big turbo S460 and well, not S460, S472, I'm sorry, S472, better built trans and everything else, and just use this as a work truck / tow truck and a fun street truck. I do plan on getting a 4th gen. I'm actually looking at a 4th gen right now. I'm waiting for Labor Day to end, aka tomorrow, or well, I think the dealership might be open, so I'm gonna try to make my way down there, just depending on the time of day, and go from there. And yeah.